Now, I have spoken of the beginning and the end of the Wiccan ritual, the 2 slices of bread in the sandwich. But what of the meat in the middle? This middle section is indeed the meat. It is the whole purpose of the gathering. Every meeting or circle must have a purpose. Wiccans don't just meet for the sake of getting together. Their purpose is primarily worship, since Wicca is a religion, and is usually tied into seasonal change. Let me go back a moment to the history of the religion. In the early days, it was possible to grow food during the summer, but in the winter it was necessary to hunt animals for food. So originally, the year was pretty much broken down into 2 halves. That division fell on Beltane, May Eve, and Samhain, November Eve, the light half of the year and the dark half, the summer and the winter. Later, these halves were split again, coinciding with the breeding seasons of animals. Divisions at Lughnasadh, August Eve, and Imbolc, February Eve. These 4 dividing points became times of celebration for the old religion, significant moments in the turning of the great wheel of the year. They are referred to as the greater Sabbats. There are also 4 lesser Sabbats, the spring and autumn equinox, and the summer and winter solstice. Here then are 8 definite purposes for circles, for religious gatherings, times to ask for plentiful crops, or to thank for bountiful harvests, different focuses for different times of the year. These celebrations may include singing and dancing, enactment of symbolic plays, along with prayers and litany. The meetings held between the Sabbats are called Esbats. There is always one at the full moon and usually one at the new moon. The old religion operates on both a solar and a lunar calendar. Whether Sabbat or Esbat, there is always a point in the ceremony for thanking the gods for what we have and asking them for what we need. Specific wording will vary from tradition to tradition. With any personal prayers, however, it's emphasized that your own words are of primary importance. Speak from your heart, no matter how inadequate you may feel these words to be. The religious rites, again whether Sabbat or Esbat, always include a segment known variously as the cakes and wine or cakes and ale. It is an ages-old rite around the theme of thanking the gods for the necessities of life.
Now is the time for us to give thanks to the gods, for that which sustains us.
So be it. Will we ever be aware of all that we owe the gods? In like fashion, may male join with female for the happiness of both.
Let the fruits of union promote life. Let wealth and fruitfulness be spread throughout all lands. This food is the blessing of the gods to our bodies. May we use it well. Let us partake of it freely, and as we share, let us remember that aught that we have, we share with those who have nothing. As we enjoy these gifts of the gods, let us ever remember that without the gods we would have nothing.
Eat, drink, be happy. So mote it be.
So mote it be.
And here let me give you and stress the Wiccan Rede, the one law for all Wiccans. No 10 Commandments, no catechism, just one law which says it all. And it harm none, do what thou wilt. And it harm none, do what thou wilt. It doesn't matter what you do, just so long as you don't harm anyone. In working magic, Wiccans take the extra step of not harming anyone, but of helping people. So let me move on by coming around full circle back to the start. Now that we know all that Wiccans do, how does one become a witch? Wicca is a religion of priesthood. Every witch can be his or her own priest. This is how it's possible for solitary witches to operate. Wiccans are not born, they are made. They are made through an initiation ceremony, or, in the case of a solitary, a self-dedication rite. Let's look at the dedication first. This is not something to be taken lightly. Hopefully you have read as many books as you can lay your hands on about Wicca, the good ones and the bad ones. You have researched the broad spectrum of religion to find what seems most likely to fulfill your personal needs, and you have settled on Wicca. The self-dedication will be just that, dedicating yourself to the old gods, an affirmation that henceforth this will be your way of life. The ritual should be performed during the waxing of the moon, as close to the full moon as possible. Your circle need only be about 6 feet in diameter, just room enough for you and the altar. At this stage, you need have no ritual tools, just a candle, incense, salt and water, and a small dish of anointing oil and a goblet of wine on the altar. You should be naked for this rite, wearing no jewelry or makeup. Sit or kneel before the altar with your eyes closed and concentrate on seeing a pure, cleansing ball of white light coming down from the gods and filling your body with energy. Feel it driving out any negativity and completely cleansing you. Feel this light filling your body, then expanding to fill the whole circle. Now stand and move to the east. Construct the circle as normal, except that without sword or athame, you will direct the power into the circle from your pointing finger. Follow through with the sprinkling and censing. At that part of the circle construction where you yourself will be consecrated, dip your finger into the salted water and draw a Celtic cross within the circle on your forehead and a pentagram over your heart.
I now invite the gods to witness this rite I hold in their honor. God and Goddess, Lord and Lady, Father and Mother of all life, protect me and guide me within this circle and without it, in all things, so mote it be. Now is the temple erected. I shall not leave it, but with good reason. So be it.
Now meditate on the god and goddess, on the craft and what the old religion means to you. Then stand again.
Lord and Lady, hear me now. I am here, a simple pagan holding thee in honor. Far have I journeyed, and long have I searched, seeking that which I desire above all things. I am of the trees and of the fields. I am of the woods and of the springs, the streams and the hills. I am of thee, and thee of me. Grant me that which I desire. Permit me to worship the gods and all that the gods represent. Make me a lover of life in all things. Well do I know the creed, that if I do not have that spark of love within me, then never will I find it without me. Love is the law and love is the bond. So be it. My lord and lady, I stand before you, naked and unadorned, to dedicate myself to thine honor. Ever will I protect you, and that which is yours. Let none speak ill of you, for ever will I defend you. You are my life, and I am yours from this day forward. I accept and will ever abide by the wicked reed, and it harm none, do what thou wilt, so be it. As the wine pours from the goblet, so let me never do aught to harm the gods, or those in kinship with their love, so mote it be.
Dip your finger in the oil and again draw the Celtic cross within the circle on your forehead and the pentagram over your heart. Then touch your genitals, right breast, left breast, and genitals again, forming the sacred triangle.
As a sign of my rebirth, I take unto myself a new name. Henceforth I shall be known as Rowena, for my life within the craft. So mote it be.
Sit comfortably and, with eyes closed, meditate on what the craft means to you. It may well be that at this time you will receive some indication that you are in touch with the gods.
I thank the gods for their attendance. As I came here in love of them, I now go my way. Love is the law, and love is the bond. So be it. The temple is now closed.